That's it. Where go?
We got it. It is the trick or treat Halloween edition of the Rad Show. So trick or treat. I had to wear my best Halloween costume ever. My tribute to Star Wars. It's me, trick or treat. Hang on. All right. Enough fun and games. Let's plug this in. We'll get down to business. All righty. Peter, can I hear you?
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, I got you.
How you doing?
All right, buddy. Let's make this official. We got to do it like we always do, even though there's no guest. We're going to play by the rules. We got to pay the bills and keep the lights on here in the studio. So let's do a little housekeeping and take care of business first. A proper introduction. Welcome to the Rad Show. It's Saturday Night Live. We are here. My name is Mike, coming to you from the doghouse. And if you're a repeat customer coming back for more, thank you very, very much. We appreciate all of your support. And again, if you stumbled across us here on YouTube and you're asking yourself what RC stands for, this show is not for you. I don't expect many people on the show tonight, Pete, because it is the World Series and our hometown Philadelphia Phillies are playing some baseball right now in Houston. So hopefully people will catch up on what we have to talk about later on in the week. But until then, I just wanted to welcome everyone, say thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Peter and I just love doing this each week. So like any good show, this is a tag team effort. The man next to me is the one that makes us look good, keeps this ship afloat. The captain, the co-host with the mostest, my good friend, Peter. How are you, sir?
What's up, man? Back on a Saturday night. We got some people in there. We got RC Jesus. Let me tell you, all I got to say to RC Jesus, you had me rolling with that Snoop Dogg comment post on Facebook. That's all I got to say. Tyler Slane's in the house. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. You know, I made a funny post this morning. You know, as you know, I always try to squeeze out early time for build time. And I had today all set up. I was going to get up at 6:30. I was going to get down here, start cranking out. Got down here around 7:05. I got little feet next to me. I said, what are you doing up? Oh, Daddy, I want to play. There goes the whole scale garage, all messed up, stuff everywhere. 7:30. There's the other one. So
I think I saw that post, Pete. Was that the one with your daughters?
Yeah.
They're
spend hours putting that scale garage just the way you want it, and then it just gets like a bowling ball goes through it. But hey, you know, proud dad moment. They like being down here. They like wrenching. So
you're a better dad than I am. I'm not sure if there might have been some broken fingers on my kids if they did what they did.
Oh,
You've
man.
got patience, my friend.
Yeah, but I got a lot done, and I'll show everybody in a little while.
Hey, it's kind of cute to see their perspective on how they think some of those things should go.
Well, it's funny because we went to Hobby Lobby, you know, before, and my daughters are like, "Oh, that goes great in the scale garage." And you know, Travis Klein said, "No wonder why your scale garage looks the way it does. Your daughter decorates it." And I'm like, "Hey, listen, it's fun to see. It's fun to see the way they think that garage should be set up." But anyway,
you need a second floor for your scale garage.
Yeah, it's getting packed, man. I just bought new chairs today at Hobby Lobby. They have a whole good section there, and yeah, I need two of those stacked, I think. But yeah, let's thank our sponsors, man. You know, without our sponsors giving us ideas and stuff throughout the week, you know, so far as you know, we've launched our platforms, and we're working with new software right now. So in a couple of weeks, the Rad Show is going to get a little facelift. So the Facebook page, make sure you subscribe, and also on Instagram. Mike and I have been, you know, posting throughout the week in our stories, and also, you know, Facebook. rad shows everywhere. We got merchandise, you know, we're working on t-shirts, hats, and scale banners we have. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up, contests and giveaways. And make sure you subscribe to the social media, give us a like. We also have that FMS giveaway. We're close to 200 subscribers. Once we hit 500, we're giving away an FMS, man. That's exciting. You know, just being a subscriber, you get an FMS. I mean, that's no easier way to do it. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell everybody, you know, give us a subscribe, hit that bell. Sponsors we like to thank: Carryallrc, Treal Hobby, CowRc, Rebel RC, Crazy Crawler Foams, Powerhobby, 2.4 Designs, Crawler Cult RC, RC Misfits, Scale Wrap, KNK Hradware, Adventure RC, Wesmade, RC Prorack, FMS, Race Place Hobbies, Remote Control Hobbies, Orlando, all the way out there in Florida, our good buddy RC Jesus, and Real Sticky. Another shout out this weekend just for all, you know, all the Rad Show merch and all the graphic design work. So thank you. And Mr. Westmade's been busy. I just saw a little post for TGH of some bodies. He's been working on some projects. So shout out to Westmade. So yeah, thank you to our sponsors, and you know, you guys make the hobby what it is, man. Keep grinding and keep making the hobby great.
Did you see the salt spreader that Westmade posted at some point? I think I'm pretty sure he posted it publicly. He's been sending me some private messages of a collab project that we've been working on with Wes. As you know, we have the SCX6 V plow project going on, the collaboration project with RC Patina Guy, and then that brought Powerhobby involved. We got Scale Audio Solutions with that subwoofer Bluetooth audio system in the back of the SCX6. Well, Westmade steps up to the plate, and he's like, well, we could put a salt spreader on the V plow.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I got a salt spreader on my 10th scale power wagon. He's like, yeah, but that one is eye candy, just a piece, right? He's like, how about it being functional? We get it to start whipping around, start actually throwing some salt.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, don't I have like a bomb blowing up on here? Where's my well
that would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, isn't there a bomb? Don't we have what is it, guns? We have a applause. But yeah,
he does pretty good work.
Wes's multiple skills. I mean, massively talented, you know, type of guy with the waiting list to get on a waiting list. If you want to wait 6 months to get on the waiting list, to be, you know, on that waiting list to get something done by him, there's a reason there's a wait, because it's good stuff. When he gets up to, you know, when you're up to bat and you get to play ball with Wes, you are one lucky man.
Well, I mean, you got to see this post. I mean, he did some collab project with TGH, and it's just like 20 bodies, and you know, they're going on sale. So I don't know the whole backstory, but yeah, I mean, good work. He does some great work.
I love where you put the any scaler light there.
Yeah, look at that. Compliments of RC Prorack.
Nice.
Perfect stand.
Nice. Glenn Shelley, aka Dreamer, got us set up with the LEDs, and then he got you set up with that light kit, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
did a good job on that.
Yeah. So the Prorack was the perfect height.
Yep.
It kind of, at first I thought it was like a fixed image in the corner of the screen, like you photoshopped it in there, like a still shot. It looks really good. You know,
it's definitely,
definitely
a good sign.
I can't go too much farther. I didn't hang my Eagles flag tonight, but I did wear my tribute to our Philadelphia Eagles, our Flyers, and our beloved Philadelphia Phillies, and I lit everything in red. But I did put the pink breast cancer awareness X back here. So this is the last show of October. We just want to give a big FU to cancer. And a big shout out and all our love goes to the friends and family, anybody dealing with the heartache and struggles and battling cancer themselves. Our heart goes out to you. We know the fight is real. Get out there and fight. And it's all, it's in the mind. Get positive energy, good vibes. Wear your pink, fight like a girl.
Real men wear pink.
Real men wear pink. Fight like a
and
girl.
it's interesting, we keep telling people to reach out to us if they want to be a guest on the show. The Rad Show has a Gmail address, and a guy reached
Say
out
it
to us.
again.
A guy
Give it
reached.
again.
Yeah.
Pete, I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off there, but make sure you tell people that it will be where in the link somewhere on.
Yeah, it'll be on the recap post. I'll drop
Okay.
the email address. We had a guy reach out to us that, speaking of cancer, he did a fundraiser and he raised a lot of money, and it was very interesting, his cause and what he did, and it ties into the whole cancer awareness. So
Crawl for a Cure.
Yeah.
A very big event. Doing things for a good cause. So F Cancer, we will vet him and do a phone interview, and
hopefully we get him on the show, man. It seems very interesting what he did in his event. And we got some people coming in, Rick Perry, Skittles, our buddy Jeff, our newcomer. We can't call him new no more, but he's been attending every show since
we got to get Jeff some kind of a badge or something to flex when he's in here each week.
Yeah. He attended every week since he started. So kudos.
Jeff gets the award.
So what's going on with you? I mean, wow, what a week, man. We'll start out, I guess, with that, man. Starting on Monday, Northeast, the weather was horrible. And then, once we got closer to midweek, all of a sudden all these drops happened. We knew about the sledge, we knew about FMS, but then, Axial and then Traxxas, and, you got 3 drops in 1 week. I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, busy week. It's that time of the year. Everybody's getting their, the Bushido came. I mean, everything's stacking up on top of each other. It's all going to be about price point and what's appealing to a customer. And if they get the price point right, it's going to be the one that's going to be under that Christmas tree. There's going to be a lot of happy men this year, and women. I shouldn't just say men. There will be a lot of happy RC enthusiasts this holiday season, because there is plenty to choose from. And the winter build season should be exciting because, Pete, like you said, there's a lot going on, but not even just crawler stuff. The Traxxas with the Go Fast Basher crowd. There's something for everyone.
And that's what makes the hobby interesting. It's like a great point, Mike. You got the Basher market, you got the crawler market, and then you got the micro, all in the same, Axial with that 118 capper, though. That was interesting. A lot of interesting drops that appeals to different markets, and there's just a lot going on. And, it goes back to supporting your local hobby shops. You got the holidays coming up. I'm not fortunate enough to have a hobby shop, close to my house, but, if you have one, support your local hobby shops. They keep us going, and it's very easy to click on Amazon, but I think that more customer service, one-to-one, walking out with a box. I mean, I like that better than waiting 5 days and tracking and getting lost and, rerouting to Jersey when I'm in New York and, all that fun stuff, so support your local hobby shops for sure.
I think that was one of the biggest highlights that we took out of that interview with Brad.
Yes.
How important it was to Element to let Element give these things maybe a week or maybe even 2 weeks little advance to the hobby shops. Give that, first dibs, and it's a great place to go. Yeah, support your local hobby shop. It's what it's all about. It kind of all got started right back here, Pete, when they dropped the 40th anniversary edition. And that's when the wheels fell off, because there's going to be no shortage of people posting their opinion. Like people, they post like the world depends on it. Everybody's got an opinion and they just can't wait to share it. And we all really care about the negative stuff. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna go on there and write something stupid and negative, just write it and delete it. No one's making you press the send button. You know, it does no good to just trash up these posts with negativity.
Well, and that's, every time you see a drop, the first 10 comments, here we, especially like the Traxxas, I was reading a bunch of comments, here they go again, refreshing a Revo and, refreshing this. But, at the end of the day, there's so much to choose from, on your expertise and your drive style that, the negativity shouldn't even be there. But, it's like anything in life. There's always going to be negativity. And if you don't like the truck, scroll on. There's plenty for everybody. I mean, we're coming into the micro time, right? In the Northeast, everybody's gearing up for the winter. Grab these 10 micros out when I said I was only going to have 2, and and start building them. I mean, I got micro parts everywhere. I've got Treal micro part. I mean, I got parts all over. So, it's I need a bigger lab here soon. But it's the point is there's something for everybody. And the negativity, refresh it. Hey, listen, Traxxas sells. I'll read all these comments all day long. Working with Treal and stuff. Traxxas is the biggest seller, man.
Absolutely.
They could refresh anything. I looked at that basher because I have go fast stuff just like you, Mike. And hey, listen, 60 miles an hour, big truck. If you're into that stuff, man, that's a quality build. I mean, Traxxas sells, man.
Absolutely. Traxxas means money, and hobby shops love to carry the stuff because it's going to sell. And guess what? Not every truck that comes out is meant for you, so you don't have to buy it. It's kind of cool to have a checklist, a checkbox of something you don't need. So scroll on. If the truck wasn't for you, get the next one. But the one that did break the internet definitely is the Bushido. I think everybody's waiting. Hopefully, it's got to be this week. I keep stalking the Element page, waiting for this thing to go. It's got to be soon. Probably a week or two, maybe less. But in the meantime, the stuff from Knight's Custom is working out very well. Hang on. I can give you an update on that.
And as you're looking, I think RC Jesus said it best about it. Just gets annoying when people leave the negativity because it's everywhere. Every new release, there's just at least 40 comments. Why'd they build it this way? All of a sudden, the best part about it is everybody's a master builder when a new drop happens. You read the comments. Well, why'd they build it this way? They should have built it that way. They should have built a Jeep. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, they're not the owners of the company. I mean, there's a market share, right? They're looking out for their business. And, with all these drops happening, they're just expanding their portfolio and giving us RC enthusiasts more options, right? That's what they're doing.
Absolutely.
So, scroll on.
So the Bushido, everybody's going to want an interior for this. So what was different when we saw Brad Geck, the great legendary Brad Geck of Element and Gecko RC on Instagram, he had a different interior, and I didn't notice it when James Knight was here, but afterwards I went back and I looked at the video again. It was really in the headrest. So these are like super licensed, super scale, detailed, removable headrests. They look good. I think I am putting them in backwards though. I think they're supposed to go this way. When I looked at James Knight's pictures of it, I think I'm supposed to put them the other direction. But I did find a driver, so I got good with the pen. It's a pretty solid paint job, dude.
Yeah,
without getting in there, I'll get to the paint later. I have so much cool stuff to show you. So the interior, I got a driver, a pretty decent driver, pretty authentic. I'm printing my ugly mug to go on here. So it will be a scale mini me, but yeah, it's pretty legit. Got everything else is done. The front grille with the red accent, inner fenders. It all came along very well. I think James Knight should be releasing the drop bed for the back end of the Bushido. That should be coming up, but I don't even think his files are on my mini factory yet. I think it's going to coincide the moment the element drops the Bushido. My mini factory will go live with the files. We were just fortunate enough to run some test prints for James ahead of time just to make sure that they work. So that's why I have.
That came out great, man.
Such a big head start on everyone.
Just need a truck. You need a head and you need a truck.
Yeah, a few key components.
Oh, that came out good though.
Yeah, it did. Oh, speaking of heads, I did get a head. So our friend from Headhunter, we had him on here as a guest.
Wow.
He did a SCX6, a 6-scale head. It's a pretty cool looking skeleton, right? I mean, this thing is cool. Solid resin printed, super detailed. It will all tie in so nice with the theme. But I'll do the big reveal right now. So what I did, Pete, with Headhunters bringing this super cool resin printer or printed resin head that he did, you knew you have to up your paint game quite a bit, right? Like you're going to make this thing look like dog crap if you don't paint it right. So I said to myself, I need better tools. I got the skill. I just don't have the right equipment. That's what I told myself, but it's not true. But what I did, this is going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, I didn't even know that even existed. So the first thing I did was up my paint. So I got all the primary colors, all the skin tones, and all the new paint, right? Plenty of options for paint colors, plus what I already had. But why is that so important, you ask? Wait for it. Now, I have been airbrushing for several years, probably 10 plus years. I've been tinkering with airbrush. I've got probably 6 of them I keep handy, filled with all different types of paint. I can have 6 guns lined up with a little bit of paint in each one, a little different color. Makes it very cool and simple. Makes it very easy to change colors and not have to clean out the gun each time. Just keep multiple guns around. Well, the thing that I got irritated with was the big old air compressor. I had this 6-gallon air compressor unit that was bulky. It was loud. It was a pain in the butt to fire the thing up and let it build up with air. Then I went to a 3-pound unit, a 3-gallon unit, and I ran that for the longest time until I said to myself, I just need to just do a little bit of airbrushing, just in this little spot, not even worth firing up the whole air compressor. And then you come across this.
What is that? Portable? USB?
It's an air compressor.
Wow.
This is the air compressor right here. So you just fill it, you turn it on, it automatically fills up with air, and just perfect for those little highlights. Now, you're not going to airbrush and paint an entire body with this thing, but just for the little bit of rust or a little accent paint, in a corner, it does just enough. It's a little bit bigger than the size of a hockey puck.
Wow.
Plug it in and away you go. A little storage container or a little storage rack for your paint gun. It's all starter grade. This isn't a high-end airbrush gun, but you can replace it, put one of your better air guns on here. I'm telling you, just for the little stuff, for the little bit of rust, a little bit of weathering, and sometimes it's all you need. Yeah. It's one step up from what I was using. This is what I was using at one point. This also coincides with a airbrush gun. It's air in a can. You click your hose to the air or to the can, and the air comes out of this thing. But these are expensive. It doesn't last long. I'm like, I'm not going to keep buying cans of air for little stuff. So honestly, I went on Amazon, read all the reviews on this little compressor. for like 50 bucks. I think it was 46 bucks shipped. You get this little air compressor, dude. Good little tip. And then the paint, you know, I think I probably spent more on the paint, but at least now I'm going to do you right, Mark from Headhunter. I thank you again for the skull. I am going to give it 110% of my ability to make you proud and do the best possible paint job that I can on it.
That's pretty cool, man.
There was one other thing that I got for paint, but I don't know if I brought it out here. I don't know if you've seen these. I think it's a Tamaya paint bottle. It almost looks like a nail brush paint size, like a paint women's nail brush, and it's for accent work. I got it in black. This fine tip brush. You just dab it on there, and it runs all inside the door jambs. It's really accent paint. And another little thing I found on Amazon, just trying to really focus on those details as we get closer to USTE. We need to get our game faces on for the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. So just trying to wrap up a couple of things and give myself the best possible chance to do the job right.
Nice.
So what else? What do you got, Pete? I'm not going to go two in a row. What do you got? What's hot in your world?
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, the projects are just building up, but you know, as you know, I got the Phoenix, and you know, work's been busy, you know, kids, family life, so I got limited time to build, but I made a lot of progress today, and you know, everybody was talking about, you know, the Phoenix, and you know, a little late to the game. You know, I was toying with the Honcho, the 6 scale, but I'm just so impressed by Vanquish. You know, when they drop something, you know, I have one VS410 and I just love the kit. I love building it. So I said, let me take a chance on the Phoenix straight axle. And I just made a lot of progress today. And, you know, just the feel of this thing, you know, it's, you know, the straight axles, I went with the silver, got the dual reef. I'm going to do the whole thing reef and the castle motor. Just made a lot of progress on it. You know, I got a color scheme printed, you know, ready for the body. I looked up Knight's Customs. They got some accessories I'm going to order for the Phoenix. I got Pitbull tires. I got the whole thing ready to go. But, you know, just the feel of the axle housings, you know, and it's just a sweet kit. You know, it really I'm excited for it. Hopefully it'll be ready to power up next week. But just a beautiful kit. So I've been wrenching on that. You know, the 24s are starting. I got parts all over the place. I got to make some time for the FMS trucks once the Phoenix is done. But, you know, looking forward to the Smasher coming in. That will probably be the next project, hot and heavy. And then just pick up on all these FMS parts. I mean, Treal's been dropping. I mean, like I said, I got parts. Mike, I know you have all these parts. I mean, I just got parts lined up. Treal just dropped those 155 wheels, which I don't know. They look great, man. Just they did a great job. For anybody out there looking for a quality set of 155s at a good price, definitely check out Treal, man. They just dropped 155s that look awesome.
Pete, what they got right right out of the box, I was really impressed with the weight. Like I did.
Do you have them, or are they already installed? Do you have them?
I don't have them right here.
That's all right.
No, I do. I did bring them. What I loved about these was the way that they felt, like the box. Like, whoa, I did a double take. I'm like, man, these things are solid. But the other thing that they got right was this sexy matte finish on the black and the gold. These are their, I think they call these their steelies, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a steel color, because they have an aluminum also. But the ones that I got really excited about were this flat steel look. I mean,
yeah, that's a
hot wheel.
Yeah,
they're going to look so good on the TF2. And then whatever we're doing with scale rat and my TF3 that hopefully will be done in time for USTE. We're going to put a set on there.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely did a good job on them, and you know, and especially like, you know, for the guys that don't like the 20 plus screws around the rings, you know, this design that they have a couple different designs where it's less than 10 minutes a wheel. I mean, it's just a couple screws, they go right on, and the weight, and you know, a lot of guys, you know, they like to interchange the center rings. You could swap out heavy centers in the, you know, in the front, put the lighter ones in the back. You know, a lot of options, but they did a good job. I mean, I know Treal's working on the Smasher stuff right now. You know, I confirm that. So, you know, and the good thing about the Smasher is that the parts are interchangeable from the 24. So, you know, they're working on wheels. So, you know, they have the Smasher. They're, you know, working on parts. So, you know, good things to come for Treal. So
it'll be exciting to see if Treal can do a set of aluminum wheels for the Smasher. That'll be exciting. It's been a real week here, all about wheels. So these are the new ones from Rebel. Rebel RC did their version wheel. I swapped out a couple of them on the Rebel kind of already, went back to the same basic red that I had on there. The reason I did that was so that we could get, I had a set of Method 19s that I ran on the RebelCon for the longest time. So the Bushido is going to get the true, see, you would love these, Pete, with your new Vanquish Phoenix there. These are the new licensed tire from Vanquish with their Method wheel and with a updated bead lock inside there. So you can see a different bead. So I mounted up the new Vanquish licensed tire. I'm super excited about these. They turned out.
how do they look? They look good. I mean,
Dude,
they're hard to get, right? A lot of people sold. A lot of people sold out of that tire.
Absolutely gorgeous. Vanquish killed it with this tire.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm most likely going to mount these on the Bushido when that gets here. That's where these are going to go. So yeah, on the Treal kick. So you were right, Pete, with the Smasher here. I wanted to change things up a little bit. When we originally did all the upgrades on the FMS FCX 24, I went all red and aluminum accents. Well, I swapped it out when Treal immediately comes out, like the next week later, they did brass high clearance links. So we got the brass high clearance links all installed. They look amazing. It gives it so much more weight down low where you want it. Obviously, the clearance there if you need it. So the great news, the good ending to this story, Pete, is all the red stuff that I bought for this truck didn't go to waste. I just put it in a baggie. We're going to move it over to the Smasher, and it's a win-win.
What's interesting is I remember when that 24 dropped, you know, you and I went crazy. We bought, like, I got 24 parts for days everywhere, and all of a sudden we hear about the Smasher, and I'm like, wow, you know, the parts are interchangeable. So, you know, the whole Treal line, axle housings, everything will transfer over. So I got stuff in bags still. So when the Smasher arrives, I'll be ready to go to work. I mean, I got tons of parts. And, you know, a lot of guys are buying the high-speed motor. And, you know, some people had trouble getting it. And, you know, there's some people that are leaking that actually started receiving it this week. I saw some posts up on the FMS group page. People started receiving it this week. The ones that
were lucky. It's been a huge hit, dude.
Yeah, lucky enough to get it.
Day one, like in the first, the people over at FMS told me like before lunchtime, the thing was sold out. Yeah. And people that thought that they got it were getting emails later that they oversold, that they could, you know, there was a couple of options that they could wait for them to come on the next shipment. So it's an exciting time in the micro world for the monster truck. If maybe you got to turn it into a mutter, there's several options, like you said, with the options of the speed motor plenty of upgrades and customizability with a monster truck. And if we get some backflip ramps made up and a couple of box ramps, if my Smasher is not doing backwards nose wheelies, I'm failing. Like that is stunt number one. Get it up on a box ramp, let it run a wheelie backwards.
Well, and you could make, I mean, like we said, you could make that thing bulletproof. I mean, you throw a
Absolutely.
couple of aluminum parts on it,
Yep.
from Treal, and that thing will be, even the axle housings. I mean, I still got those.
Absolutely.
I got those in the bag, ready to go. So,
Yeah.
the Smasher, I'm looking forward to. That will be our next project.
I got with the interest in monster trucks, I had built a dope ass ASD, an autism awareness monster truck a while back. And after talking to our friends over at Rebel RC, who are an authorized dealer for a few different brands, and one of them that they're an authorized dealer for is RC four-wheel drive. So it's kind of cool, a one-stop shop. Go hit up Rebel RC. And one of the things I found on there was this single seat with the seat belt. Like, I didn't do a thing to this, Pete. I literally took it out of the bag. It's got like a rubber wrap around the outside of it. It's super detailed with the seat belt.
Wow.
Very cool looking seat, under $20. I only got one of them. And, obviously, if you wanted to do a custom build and have, a passenger with you, you could do it. But for right now, I wanted to see one in person, touch it, hold it, feel it, make sure that the size was right. And I'm telling you, right out of the box, go check out Rebel RC. He's got a bunch of these in stock. Now, I didn't know if they come in any other colors. That I don't know about. It looked like it was one color option. I could be completely wrong. If anyone's watching and then knows the facts on RC four-wheel drive and can tell me if they do come in other colors, then fantastic. But
Well,
I'm telling
and
you,
they just dropped a tool set too, Rebel, today or yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Pretty sick tool set too. Yeah. So our buddy Jeff is doing some great things.
I'll have
man.
to check that out. What kind of tool set is it?
It was a titanium. It's pretty sick. I
like
mean,
four piece, or was it more
big,
than a 4-piece?
It was a little bigger than 4-piece. Yeah,
Okay.
he posted it up. It looks pretty sick. Yeah, Jeff's doing some great things, our buddy. He's grinding and he's coming out with a lot of stuff. And, to all the guys, everybody watching the show, when we have guests on, they're nice enough to drop discount codes. Almost every guest that we've had since we started,
Seriously.
10%, 20%, so go back to, make sure when we have guests, you guys tune in, man. Our goal is to help you guys as enthusiasts, to get the best deals. And, like Mike always says, we're not getting paid to, promote, but, these guys are dropping discount codes to be nice and help everybody out. So whenever you see guests, definitely tune in, man.
And they're usually good for like a week. And sometimes they surprise us with more than what we ever wish for. But if a guest comes with the 10, 15, 20% off promo code, that's amazing. Now we have one for Rebel that we share all the time. The Rebel RC 10% off promo code stands all the time. Good for anything in the Rebel page. And one of the things that they got in the Rebel page, they fell in love with what Pete and I were doing last year at USTE with our awnings. We dropped these little awning tents off the side of the RebelCon.
Yeah.
Well, they come back and one up us. Jeff comes back and swings it and hits it out of the park with the two-tone option. He came out with the silver option. So I'm going to slap Jeff back in the face and hit him with a Tadow, pow, what?
Wow.
Your awning doesn't do this, does it?
That's cool.
What? That's cool. So obviously we had the heat press and I just threw up a quick logo on there. Obviously you could get any logo you want done and print them on yours. So it will look super cool. I left it off. I did not mount it just to show it off here on the show, but we will get it mounted up on the truck and get some pictures. But these things are very cool. When you put them outright, they have tension bars. They lock them out straight.
And it looks, the way it looks.
They take great photos.
It takes amazing photos. Like, look at it mounted. It just it really looks.
It looks great.
Looks cool. And you know, Jeff has them in stock, and you know, instead of ordering from eBay and waiting
Yep.
from China, he ships them right out. So
And they came like, honestly, I was so blown away with how fast everything came. I placed my order and like 2 days later, it was here.
yeah, and he's got a good website, very well organized, you know, quick shipping. He turns orders around fast. Rebel RC is a good site. And does anybody know the Philly score?
Oh, thank
Anybody
you.
know?
I didn't
Anybody
even have
knows
to
to
ask
check
you.
in Philly score in the comments?
Please keep us updated on the Phillies.
We got some newcomers coming in. Matt Thompson, what's up? Jeremy Kilburn, what's up? So yeah, definitely check out Rebel RC, and you know, just a lot of things. Like going through back to our buddy RC Prorack, he had a nice little spread in Rccaraction. Definitely a nice write up on the Prorack. So anybody that
Oh,
has,
yeah.
yeah, I forgot to mention, I was skimming through the pages. Nice little article on, you know, RC Prorack. Yeah, definitely a lot going on, man. You know, a lot of people building. And as far as events go, you know, anything coming up to close out the year?
Wait. I'm not done flexing stuff right now.
Oh.
Now that Jeremy is here, I'm gonna make Jeremy so proud of me. So Jeremy and I have talked many times about different tools and ways to make your life better, easier. And the one thing that we all know Jeremy Kilburn has become known for is these super clean, super sexy RC scale builds. And he has a way of like precision wire length. Like mine ends up in this spaghetti nest of wires and zip ties all balled up together and knotted somewhere. And he's like, well, the key is to custom make your wire lengths. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Or use this. Or use this, the sheath.
Yeah, he's like, so we custom make our wire length. We cut it to length and you make it. And I'm like, well, that sounds like insanely hard. He's like, not if you have the crimping tool. So I'm like, all right, I'm in. I'm all in. I've been buying up tools like crazy. So first you get your kit, right? You got your wire length, you got all the different size pins and the different size JST connectors, depending what job you want. And the magic happens here with the crimping tool. So now, Pete, when you need to make a servo wire run from your servo to the ESC and you don't want a million, you know, things all knotted up and wires, cut them, put your pins on, cut it and crimp it with the tool. So Jeremy, thank you for the tip. That was probably one of the best tech tips you ever gave me. And I can't wait to use this tomorrow. I've got a couple of projects I've been like holding off on trying to do some light kits, and I wanted the wires to be all hidden. Now that I can crimp and make everything.
That was a kit. That was a kit you got on Amazon, the whole thing?
Yep, the whole
You gotta
thing.
send me the link.
Yep, came with the kit. You got your crimper and the tools, which I have a million of these things laying around. I didn't need this, but it only came, the crimper only came as the whole kit. So I'm like, yeah,
You gotta send me the link.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll post it in the, I'll get you the link. We can share it on the bottom of the page. Everybody should be flexing one of these crimper tools and start making your, you know, the mission is to make sure you tidy up the wires, you know, cut on the length. So game changer.
So I used the tool today, which saved me hours. So you know how long it takes with rod ends, right?
Yes.
So
are you using the Team Garage Hack nut driver end?
So
is that Sea Squirrels?
Yeah. So I found this. Now we're getting technical with tools.
Sea Squirrels got one.
Yeah.
And then Team Garage Hack makes one in aluminum. There's a few different variations on it, but yes, Pete.
This thing saved me so much when I got to the rod ends.
Does yours have the nut driver end on it? Do you put that in your drill?
No, well, I have a Milwaukee one that I use, but
does yours have that end in it? Yeah. Okay.
So when I got to the rod end part of building the Phoenix, I was like, I'm sure a lot of people on the show right now, they hate doing rod ends, and so I'm looking through my box and I can't, you know, I never used this thing. It's just been sitting in my drawer. I said, you know what? I don't got time this morning. So I used this thing. What a lifesaver this thing was, man. All the rod ends and the drill done in less than
Yep.
30 minutes. I mean, just
Game changer.
that's a good tool to have. I
Yeah.
mean, speaking of tools, I mean, I'm just looking around. There's all these odds and end things. I mean,
And I think I might have misspoken. Forgive me, Jeremy might know for sure. I keep saying it's Team Garage Hack, and it might have been Hardcore. I forget who sent it. It came in one of the boxes from
this was a
G-Speed.
great.
So
this is a
it's
great
either
tool to
Team
have.
Garage Hack or from the good people over at Hardcore Links. They have that same concept that Sea Squirrel has. So that's a great suggestion, Pete. Not enough people know about that thing that Sea Squirrel was doing, and what made his neat is that you can do it with your fingers. Also, it is perfect for like finger tightening them too.
Well, and RC Jesus just said, I used to do it this way too before this. When you get frustrated, you just chuck the rod ends right into the drill. I mean, that's
Yeah.
That's another way to do it quickly if you don't have,
But drills, not all of them were set up that way with the where it closes. Some of them now will have that nut driver and like the quick release style. But yeah, the RC Jesus has been around long enough. We can agree with him. Absolutely, he knows what he's talking about.
And Jeremy said TGH makes the metal one.
Thank you, Jeremy. I knew it was around there somewhere. Both of them are great options. The one that Sea Squirrel did is printed in a very thick.
No, this
like
thing worked.
100%
This thing worked
infill.
great.
Yeah.
And
Did I
also the other tool for the hubs, about this, right? For the hubs on the wheels, take the locking hubs off. The little piece, right?
Oh yeah.
That goes, I'm
yep.
just going through random. We're talking around tools now.
Yep.
So, there's a lot of great things out, for sure. So do you know any events before the end of the year? Anything
Only
left?
one that I know of is in my backyard. So right behind this wall, right here. I've been working all week long. Dreamer and I picked up on Monday or Tuesday. We went out to the supply store. We picked up lumber. We picked up bags of concrete. Been redoing the backyard crawling course. Now, don't get yourself real excited. This isn't a 10 scale crawling course. This is 1000% a micro track. But all the concrete dried today. I went out back, and tomorrow I am going to wheel the living nuts out of my backyard tomorrow with the micros, bridges, and I mean, I put so much cool stuff in here in these different little areas. I made these little camera mounts on the side, so all you can do is go up, you set your phone like in one section, and it will record you while you're driving. It's these little phone holders that are precisionally put around the course. So if somebody that is not used to driving in my yard, like they're marked off, set your phone there and your camera will record you coming up over the hill.
You could always use your gimbal. You just got to get the tripod for it and set it up. And that's
absolutely. But I was like, instead of the gimbals work great. I just wanted to have a little spot to drop your phone and come up over a hill, have a place to pick it up, and then go to the next location. But yes, gimbals and the stands and all that stuff work great. And hopefully we can tinker with the FPV tomorrow. If people remember the Barrage, this one came with an FPV camera right in the front of the good. If everything, there's a camera. There's an FPV camera right in the center of the grill on the HPI Barrage when they did this one. So tomorrow I'll probably get this guy up first and get some video of this thing going through and a couple of trucks behind it. And then maybe I could just turn around, park this truck this way and let it record other cars coming at it. I don't know. I'll probably throw 3 or 4 micros at it tomorrow. That's really the only event that I know of, besides the late great and amazing Desmond Mooney and the Fall Leaf Classic. The private invite has gone out to the backyard leafer at Hood Boogie Hollows. I know that will be sometime mid-November. But I really just don't know what else is happening besides that.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming to we still got a couple months in the year, but as far as events go, the ones you mentioned, time for build season, right? Micros come out, the go fast stuff goes away, the crawlers, everybody does maintenance, and long winter, right? But I don't want to tell you the Philly score, by the way.
Oh,
So yeah.
thanks
So
for the warning. It's
so
early. They have a way of coming back.
yeah. So next week we will have a guest, right? In the
Yeah.
works. So we will.
Somebody will definitely be here next week, 100%. We've been working with the guys over Lit LED, My Trick RC, Team Garage Hack, Castle. It's a matter of jockeying everybody around. Our good friend that reached out from Crawl for a Cure. There's just a whole handful of people lined up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to line everybody up. Oh, Wes, we're going to get Wesmade on here.
Yeah, that would be a
hold
good
that up, Pete. What was that?
That would be that. Got to get to work. A little soldering tomorrow.
Oh, yay. Lucky you.
Yeah,
I saw Boom Racing released a new soldering jig.
Yeah, that was
cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I wish I would have. Yeah,
mad props.
Yeah, that was a good invention. That was definitely a nice tool, and
it was a nice touch. Mad props, Jason and the crew over at Boom Racing for pulling that one up. It's that, for guys that are into tools and the gadgets, the one that Boom Racing just did. I mean, the motor holder and the arm. A nice little precision jig that you're getting everything that you want in a soldering jig.
Jeremy will have that next week, probably.
Absolutely. Jeremy probably has it.
All right. Well,
but yeah, we had to do it this way, Pete. No guests. It's World Series night, last weekend of
he just said he got it today. Go figure.
There you go.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, but looking forward to next week. I mean, Wesmade, Castle, all those TGA, we got a nice lineup coming. And like I said in the beginning of the show, make sure you follow the Facebook page. We post our recaps and guest schedule there. Instagram, I'll also post the Gmail. Anybody wants to be on the show, you have any questions, we've been getting some emails of people requesting to be on the show, so definitely shoot us an email message.
I want to get Jeremy Kilburn on here. I want him to come on and tell us all about his adventures at Team Garage Hack. And those guys, Jeremy made it out to the clubhouse to wheel around with those guys. That's good stuff. I'm super jealous of that one.
Yeah, no, I would like to hear about that also. But, like I said, we got a good lineup coming up next couple of weeks, and definitely tune in and, it'll be a good show. And,
I think by the time Wes gets that salt spreader done, we'll bring him on then. Oh, Fishin Bill, our good friend that we met out at Beat the Creek. I wanted to thank Fishin Bill. He sent us photos right before we came on the show on the paint job that he's doing for us on the step side. This guy can paint. If you're looking for a painter, go find out do you know his actual Facebook page by any chance, Pete? Fishin Bill Paints RCs or something like that.
I posted it in a recap. I'm connected with him.
Yeah, he does solid guy, good painter. Mad props to Fishin Bill. Go hit our Rad Rc Show affiliate link for your next subscription of Rccaraction magazine for your 1-year subscription. Everybody, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, family, looking for gift ideas for your looking for gift ideas. This thing is the gift that gives all year long. Give this under the stocking to your husband or wife, and all year long they will get an issue in the mail. Use our affiliate code, save, and get your 1-year subscription to Rccaraction. You will not regret it. My aunt, every year for Christmas, she hits me up around October or November. Your subscription's about ready to end. You want it again for Christmas? I'm like, 1000% yes. I want it again for Christmas. It is like the most exciting gift I get every year for Christmas is my yearly subscription to Rccaraction.
The subscription is not even, I think it's less than $40 for the year with the code. So that will be posted in a recap tomorrow.
Yes.
But other than that, man, good to see you. And, I hope, you get that course done. Send me some photos
I will.
tomorrow.
I will. I
And
will.
looking forward to next week with getting back in the guest. And like I mentioned earlier, we're testing out some new software. So the Rad Show is going to be getting a huge facelift in the coming weeks. Just more technology, it gives us more control over sharing things and logos and videos, opening videos, closing. So I'm testing out software right now. I'm in the process. So good things to come, man. And like I said, we're working on merchandise, working on scale banners, and there's a lot of things. And we got the FMS giveaway coming up. Once we get to the 500 subscriber.
Like the sign saying, like the sign above my shoulder says, 500 prize, 500 subscriber giveaway. So please go subscribe. Like my man Peter's telling you, freaking hey, go subscribe.
I mean, to get, I want to give this to somebody.
I want to give it. Yes.
Listen, we want to give this to somebody. It's sitting here. So just subscribe.
It costs you nothing. It is free to subscribe. And I promise you, if you click that subscribe button, it will not hurt. I promise you, it does not hurt. It is free and painless. So just go subscribe. And when we hit 500, we're going to give that thing away. I want to thank we have our title sponsor every week, helps keep the lights on, pays the bills to keep the lights on and keep the show going, Rebel RC. Go check them out. Do what you got to do over at Rebel, our good friends over at Powerhobby. Thank you for everything that you do. And last but not least, Peter, we have a new sponsor coming on that got worked out. We're ironing out a couple more of the details, but we are going to welcome RC Addict to the Rad Show. And thank you very much to RC Addict and the arsenal of companies that fall under the RC Addict umbrella. So again, thank you to RC Addict, Ryan Kornsmetzer, Tyler Slane, the whole family over RC Addict for supporting what we do here at the Rad Show. Thank you so much.
All right. We'll post a recap up tomorrow with all links and descriptions and discount codes, everything we talked about. And everybody enjoy their weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.
Go Phillies. Go Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles.